Usually a flounder, they're pretty good at getting their prey, so they grab it once and then they'll just kind of chew on it a little bit. Sometimes they'll swim with it, but not often. I mean, not all the time. It's all variable. It's fishing. See, now that feels like a flounder. I feel like I got weight. Yep. And that's old flounder dog right there. Look at him. There you go. Little pretty one. Little pretty old flounder. Pretty little flounder. Look at him. Look at him. Just chilling right there. Good night. The Lizard King. Let's see if they'll take it from me. Yeah, I'm just a drag. Quick drag. Alright. There we go, partner. I think I'm recording. There we go. Another little flounder. Little flounder pounder. Look at that little buddy right there. That's grass. I think it's grass. Took a little bit. There we go. Another little floundy. Another little floundy. Another one. Just like that, y'all. There he is. Hey, he swam right down into the grass.
Like a boss.
Yeah, they all pretty small.
Another fishing in the hurricane, huh?
Hurricane with bright skies.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. Let it hit the bottom. Big boat out there. At the bottom. Just kind of drag. A little hop here and there. Drag. A little hop. When you feel like you're snagged up, it's usually when you get eaten by, it's usually when you got a flounder. Flounder really don't feel like much when they eat it. But sometimes you'll just be pulling along and all you do is just feel dead weight. Whenever you feel dead weight, it's usually when you get a flounder on. See over here too, they'll chase the bait. So clear water, they'll chase it a little bit. Dirty water, they don't move too much. They like to feel that vibration. It'd be good to put you a little glass rattle up in here or something. Give them another reason to key in on it. So yeah, just got about slammed right there. But I ain't got nothing on there. Alright, see, feel like I got something on there right now. Might just be some trash. Nope, that's exactly what they feel like. Feel like trash. Don't feel like anything. And there you go. That's number 6 or 7 for the day. All little babies. It's getting to that time of year though. Come on. Look at him, just chilling. Just chilling. Okay, y'all, so I wanted to give y'all some tips about the flounder. I'm not going to share this in any groups. This is just for the people that follow me because I want to give y'all the best knowledge and tips that I can give y'all. So here we go. Okay, so understanding the biology of a flounder, that's something that you can go to Google, start reading about. They're a fish that lays on the bottom, ambushes prey around current seams, points, potholes, edges of grass, deep canals with an incline. This is what you see in this video. We was pretty much catching them on an incline, just throwing out there on the edges of the grass bed and just dragging it and barely hopping it. So since these fish like to live on the bottom, what you want to do is get a heavier jig head with a long shank, right? So, you want to use a bait that's a little more compact. Use bigger baits if you're targeting bigger flounder, but if you're just trying to catch run-of-the-mill, decent sized flounders, get you a long shank jig head that's pretty heavy. I like this one right here is like a 3/8 or ½ ounce, something like that. I don't know, I've had it forever. So the reason why you use those long shank jig heads is because when a flounder usually grabs a bait, he'll grab behind the hook most of the time. So when you have that longer jig head, usually when they bite on it, they'll get the actual hook. That's why I like to use a longer jig head. I've had them sit there and just hang off the back end of a bait and pull them all the way up to the top, and once they see me, they're gone. So that's why I like to use a long shank jig head. Another thing is flounder are very visual and scent oriented, right? So bright colored jig heads like orange I was using in the video, chartreuse, pink, they love those colors. They love really, really bright colors. Like this fire tiger swimming mullet right here. This bait is what I caught the fish down in Grand Isle and Port Sulphur a few years ago. These flounder that I caught in some of these tournaments. This is the color that I was using. It's the best of both worlds. It's got orange and it's got chartreuse. But if you live in a place that has a lot of pinfish or lizardfish, it's something that's gonna eat up your bait. You don't want to use something like this because you're just gonna be running through bait after bait after bait, and it's gonna cost you a lot of money. So in places that have a lot of lizardfish or pinfish, like here in Florida, I want to go with the shrimp, like new penny, something like that. But I use a very, very bright jig head to contrast, and that's what they key in on. Another thing that I've used a lot over my years of fishing is, it's like a silver, purple with a chartreuse tail, and I soak it in gulp. Actually, if you can see some of them in there right now. And these do not get ripped apart. These swim baits are very durable, even when you soak them in a gulp, but they get the smell in them and they stay for a long time once you soak them. Like these have been sitting here probably for a year. But so a lot of my big flounder come on these baits like this, and I'll pick up redfish and trout and everything else, and I will pair them with a heavier, this is not a heavy, but a bright heavy jig head, and just slowly reel it along the bottom over rocks, grass beds, potholes, like I said before, but I usually catch bigger flounder on this style of bait opposed to the shrimp. But I fish a lot around docks and stuff like that, and that's where I catch a lot of these bigger flounder. I'll throw all around the pilings. Where the current hits the pilings, it usually digs out a spot, and that's where I end up catching a bunch of flounder. I caught some of my biggest flounder last year, and I actually learned that they chase over here in Florida in the clear water. Like you'll see like a copper color right behind it. You think it's a redfish, but it'll be a big flounder. And that's just pretty much how I attack flounder fishing over here in Florida. In Louisiana, I rely mainly on scent and vibration. And another thing I would do sometimes too with the gulp and stuff, especially in the dirty water conditions, is I would put a glass rattle in there. So when I would jig it, it would give them another reason to hit it. It's not going to scare them. It's not too loud. It's a barely little tick. It also lets that flounder know that that bait is in the area and they might try to eat it. Another thing I was taught long ago, but I don't have it in front of me because I don't have any flounder with me, is you cut a little strip off the white side of the flounder. These flounder, when they're going out to the passes and stuff, they're following the same road system that all the other flounder went on before. And they secrete this scent, and that's how they follow this little area. Put a little piece of the white side of the flounder because it's not the meatier side and it's a little brighter with a live bait, and the flounder will come to you. I mean, that's the other thing is too, is everybody fishes differently. These are the things that have helped me over long periods of time catch these flounder. I used to use live bait for them all the time. Now I pretty much just like fishing with artificial. But I am going to get into the live bait stuff soon, because it's just a different technique, something different. And you catch bigger fish sometimes, you know. Like if a big giant trout don't want to hit this, he might hit that 4 or 5 inch mullet. So hope y'all liked the video, enjoy the tips, and hope y'all learned something. If y'all want to teach me something, go ahead, put it down in the comments. But until next time, later.